guy there for
Akago, chamekanyame. Akago. Wachori ampo kwame asase afia. Atano bonwen kashipon. Look, I no fe no ko ine fe akpa. Ye wan gbochi wa wotumie. Won aje papa echele wo. Atawo be no ko nu kan bo. Se wa atwa wo de nu ala. Nu akpa tetremante nu ka aji ogbele yi. Atawo nchon bo dan se wo han bo dan Akago chamekanyame. Akago. Na shejufo na majufo ni majufo. Waji fe ne wa dan na ekonya nu O tete ba kwa ba ekonu. Ba kwa shi kreshafa bleblebo mante obodade aswafontale ni ntun akwaye ne ba da na ekonye nu enyo kropon gbanta bisa no du gbanta no bisa sasan fly saben san ojo ni ya fi ba da na ekonu wo che moko shimoko mana waji fane ba da na ekonye nu o tata ba dade ba ekonu ni se ba ekonu abekan skafo achinanye ba ekonye nu obodade ba ekonu angbo ba ekonu afiye ba ekonu adopanye ba ekonye nu wacha mko shimoko shefe maka je no ko ngene ngletwa ne wotashine shefe maka hi meji kesa ne fi okwe ba shiane ni abape ko ni wo fe kome ni wo gbe afe kome ko ni wie mo fe afe kome twa manya ba
ago cheme kanyeme ke ago cheme kanyeme nime kename mimbanye de manje nimi hanye manje hu nbeji ni adote okropon niji enyeno Oshuman Mankralo ke regent ne twanke Manchester kwelo ye manem niji Oshuman ba fe ochi lo ochi enyoma mi ne yo mo ko gbe ye panu ni twanke mami ko na chole na do de akabi eke abe Oshuman shimon aye abeman lele yo mo ne ni ewie kaji mba panu kenu pae ni wo ba gbala mi wo chon ma benu twanke eke muluwulu ewo mambi ahingbem o ben manage ne ni majufo na majufo woto ake sani ni ngoda nche keneke gbine awo ko ni wo gbela mi wo chon mambi bena fe ni amena he ni anokwale eka mi money you o ngbeji ni adoto kropon the second Oshuman Mankralo in gazette aye o dase ye National House of Chiefs in gazette ni fa ni gazette ne agbene mmanche niji ni Oshu niji jeno ni na ekwete ye ni male ijole na wele ale gazette ni twanke government yi owo dase ake wo mane Oshuman je manko fe Oshuman ni fa ne a gazette ne niji ni Oshu the 4th na ekwete a gazette de agbene mimba Oshuman wejini yo dase ake Oshuman ye Ghana map ye bia ne je wo draw ni fa ne misumoni ye bakwe wo chole topo sheet ahon ye survey department ye lands commission allo land title ke o mo teje no ko ta o B3 gbe na ke chole ji B3 ko o seje me no che B3 o ba pay amabo receipt keke ahabo no akrowa ni yo Ghana ne allo gama ne a capture eko awomi ni lele ko kwemi o na ke Oshuman yemi o na heko ni achole abeman yemi wo be abeman agbene electricity company ni se ne amena Fort Fuel na menfe load management schedule ECG lele ECG lele amenmela majeni Dear ba affect ame. What be page 7. Will anma 30th March to Friday 7th April 2023 between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. Lala na ke wolone ka ogbelemi no kwe page 12 ona Oshuman yemi. Masomoni kan wie nke chonye. Oshuman yebi je wo wonma. Ni fane nando. Oshuman yemi. Keje no se huen. GPS bi ane GPS e ba code mo efia no Google oba no street name ke share me no ta reference numbers ni yo e ke ni bi fen lele ene me den chen share ni yo ma na mi GPS address ne e fa ne nke nchonye don ko kwe Oshuman anmayemi je wo wonma Oshuman yomi je bi fen li ake ma Oshuman agbene Oshuman no be ye blame chief list mean my chief list Gold Coast chief list Oshuman yemi chief list na mbeka Ebiona. Yes. In fact, yeah, Shibami. 1935. In fact, 1935, Gold Coast chief list. In fact, Nando. Kanye kwemi unwe nyebana ke Oshuman yemi ni fine Oshuman yemi ye number 27 ni fine yemi number 27 number 27 aka sempe akrowa. In fact, in 27. Apart from any census, National Population and Housing Census in Ghana, year 2005. In fact, here, year 2005. Census now, no. O kolome Oshuman yemi. Oshuman yebi. Apart from anywhere, when you judicial decisions, P ni confirm ake Oshuman ye. Ekoji 22nd May 1918, Privy Council, Land for Accra Water Works, Kojo Ababio recalled. Neke Wolone 1918 document. Ni Oshuman ye second page in paragraph 16 ni di 16. And Miami, ni twanke ma Oshuman achoni bi ni Oshuman chun sen ake at every omowo Oshuman village at every omowo they used to come down with their Sakra Bude dance where Sakra Bude jo my name and they present the stool with head load of palm wine chotpo palm candle, nuts, head load, bush meat, and 100 carries. Ni fane, no what you want it. It will lele aye wo mai odase 1918 ye court. Apart from nowhere mamile niji yomwani ke abeman eko ye na chole abeman shi leji manye je shishi pon fe no mi eke ini niji ni osu niji dweno ke ni aban otu niji the god te court akesa ni amesign bond ye abeman shi ma je Oshuman lele ni court kwemi nwe ni fa ni wolo eni ene ruling ne a date ji 28 November 1995 ni fa ni ruling ne ke 95 ascetically aside ni mlake ruling ne ascetically aside there it still remains as judgment ni fa ni ake ntomanye summary ni efe kuku ake since there is no area called Abema, there cannot be a queen mother or wulomo. Ake so far as ni abeheko na chole Abema anya na manye lo wulomo ejeme ewo lele kote hani na do dia ka bi ke moni eke ewulomo ni niji Okan Emmanuel enabi ji moni ane na do dia ka bi ke ewule wulomo enabi ni echeni niji Okan Emmanuel nu emi lolo fridge mi afugole ke sanaba fule aya fule eni amika Abema yo ewo afugole fridge mi agbene eni town ni efe press conference wole je wa man name ye ata ni efe press conference se mi eni nta was saying shia was saying to me ne wo blame jama waji ne kanye kwe pictures hu ye bie ka she mo wo ba fi okusun ye bie mba ni fane ni kwa o ma fi okusun ye bie enu wotane wa fi okusun ye bie wo fi okusun ye bie ne ni fane enu wotane son je egwe eko wa ho eko ni fane benyenna Ofia kusun ye biye nifane ofia kusun ye biye ewo womane Oshuman acho biye ache biye Abema ewo nado dia ka biye others na ha ne ake one now the Akabi Naji ruling 11th November 1995 page 4 of the ruling now the Akabi queen mother of the so-called Abema and Okan Emmanuel in Saki Wulomo should be made to execute bond per section 22(1) of the criminal procedure. 2. The landlords of the so-called Abema have been harassing and interfering in the affairs of the land matters at Oshuman should also be made execute bond as per section 22(1) of Act 30 and be restrained, prevented from interfering in the affairs of Oshuman lands. Finally, clause 3. Finally, all agents, previous personal representative, servants, and subjects of Nadode Akabi, Queen Mother of the so-called Abema and Okai Emmanuel Nsaki Wulomo, should all be made execute bond under Section 22(1) of Act 30. Nyefane ruling. Ewa nyefane ruling ne asetikole aside. Ruling kashi ewa kaji eke lele Abema manyenie sanene ke wo ye ruling ni yono ne ni twanke Abema wama wonye judgment no wonye nsaki na bi sama ke Dr. Frimpong actually Dr. Frimpong ame sama me enyo ni wo manche ni ji woni dron ni na ekwete nwale jole ni Oshu the fourth e ya join ake fourth defendant the court really wom they fait counter claim la ne fait counter claim abote mi wana na ke lele ipo Oshuman spawn ni wana judgment you know 2018 you find judgment Fine. Judgment there, 20th June 2018. Upload your land commission. Ewo you fine judgment there. Lele judgment there 2020 no ebi. Judgment there was plot later wona ke ratification ko ye nisani JJ Afi. Ejake page 12 and 13 respectively. Call kwemi counterclaim. Ni wa counterclaiming. J no JJ capture your judgment term. We file motion for ratification of the judgment. 2019. E wa lele no wa himi anwe ni wani juno bachon ese. E wa won chake ese no ni file motion for substitution 2020 mtani ketwame ifani mba feel yes ifane substitution motion ni argue ni jeje grant okay application is granted as prayed by court let ni adote okropon be substituted in place of ni Oshu the fourth ewo ifane ruling na ha ne date na ha ruling 17th July 2020. Ewo keje substitution is lele ni jeje a grant ratification ni wo move a grant le 24th July 2020 into judgment a ratify counterclaim ni wata wo file shi January ke wo mi e wo lele e rectify ni e ke wo mi e ene page 11 and 12 respectively e wo ne ke judgment ne wo plot your lands commission first no 2018 gbe na ke plot ji ni Oshu the fourth Oshuman stool ake ene me ni adoto okropon we substitute ni Oshu the 4th war. Upload the same. Upload na kano wake. Ni Oshu the 4th. Substituted by Ni Adote Okropon the 2nd. It was judgment. Jinoni Kanlan say. Jamie den chenkeng be. Yame Lance. Ni neka wa judgment ni wona ne. Ni ajeke se shishi moko ba mi ne be ba join eke Abbey manche jile. Ewo motion ne file ke ba ma read ma public e. Motion ne ke I ni Abbey Obokwashi, Chief of Abbey of the Gan district of the Greater Accra region, make oath and say as follows. I am the deponent herein. I have the authority of my stool and elders of Abbey to apply to join this matter before this honorable court as co-defendant. The plaintiff in this matter has issued a writ of summons in which he claims inter alia for a land situated at Oshuman in the Greater Accra region. The said land is between Abbey and Odumasi, ongoing by the measurement issued by the plaintiff claim that for all intents and purposes my stool will be greatly affected by the outcome of this matter before this honorable court. This, that it will be in the interest of justice to join the stool as co-defendant to allow the stool make its claims. Wherefore, I swear this affidavit in support of council's application for joinder and pray that same be granted. In fact, motion I'm filed 18 February 2009. Domain 1 year case. Case I started 31st January 2008. Lele ni ruling back 9th March 2009. The same year. Ruling there states, main court, I have read the affidavit attached to the motion paper, motion for joinder, filed on the 18th day of February 2009, and I find that no legal reason has been stated or offered or stated in the affidavit as to why the said applicant to be joined to the suit. There is no indication in the affidavit as to the interest that the applicant has in the land in question, for which reason the application should be granted. It is therefore dismissed. Well, I dismiss a application, okay, a static or legal reason, no one is an ahela with me. Secondly, langwe, e chokwake interest ko ye spon, be ni chokwake spon je no me. We nye join Monica e Abbey manche. So called Abbey manche. Ruling na ye no. Ye neke wa case me. Then. Ewo ye fa na ye shiba me. Wa judgment there. Ame ya we ake 1 year Sunday. Ni ruling ne ba kaji ame ya interest ye stone me. Sana me ya up to Supreme Court na me 10 I set aside ruling ne ko na me join suit there. She pon je amame no me. Na be Abbey man ya eko. E wa me nya me join wo ye Sunday ka wa 2020 no wona judgment there. E wo me ta man bi fe anale ake wo mane Oshuman J Abbey man ni nkoko mukowolo nyadu ko mukowolo ya eko lima register ni fa ne weji ni your lands commission dojino ni nkecho onye e waka ofe search e lands commission ni fa ne search report ni ba ne judgment say nyu na capture eta ake anma ko emi ake ni adote okropo ya ju mami ko wolo e ka register alo e ka plot to stone agbene nka inoko wo neighboring community circle digi ablekuma the year 1993 20th July Daily Graphic page 7 a Ghanaian Times page 7 Ghanaian Times page 7 a fake publication ake amele ko na chole abema Oshuman shi many amekayo boundary ji Oshuman in fact makale public notice warning against encroachment upon Ablekuma village lands. It has come to the notice of Ni Sempe Minsans two family of Accra and Ablekuma that one na Dode, one na Akabi, who goes by the name as Queen Mother of Abeman Oshuman, has been claiming large portion of Ni Sempe Minsans two family land to be vested in the imaginary Abeman's too, also making grants on the basis of such unwarrantable claim. The public is hereby warned that Ablekuma lands, which cover an area of 14 points, 377 square miles, as have a common boundary with Oshuman. If I on my Ablekuma being man with Oshuman, an ancient Gan village, but not with the fictitious and newly flagged Abeman, which has never been known in any Gan traditional usage. The general public is also warned that Ablekuma village lands are duly be registered as. Therefore, grants by Nadodi Akabi which encroach upon the said land cannot be lawfully titled in the grant or lease. In fact, wolone je wawodma. She may no work your kunsun. Then tell you what that's it. Okay. Lele Oshuman amele noji gan blema akrowa je hekoni achole Abeman lo Abeman Oshuman. In fact, 1991, Stool Land Boundary Settlement Commission, set inquiry, 1990. Meyenyo, asofan ke amomole, ni wawole, si wote wana wanwe 1996. Ni waya join, wana wanwe ake Stool Land Boundary Settlement Commission yano. Lele washton Stool Land ni. One we pay is an join to protect our interests. Let them wabate. What they ake make me by join she. I make ma Abeman. Yo, a war be a ruling. You know, ake I may me eche for the past 5 years. The funny Benny now that they are cabin no a car join near. The final ruling ne a date the final nano. Stool Land Boundary Settlement Commission inquiry number 2/90. The final wulu ene ni the final second page. Benny now that the Akabi by join on the 27th day of September 1991, Mr. T.A. Nelson Kofi of Council filed a motion on notice on behalf of one Nadode Akabi, Queen Mother of Abeman, pray that she, the Queen Mother, be joined in the suit that motion was duly taken on the 7th October 1991 by T.A. Nelson Kofi. Move the motion in terms of the motion paper and the supporting affidavit, praying that Abbey, otherwise known as Oshuman, amemo yomo ani kan aju eni bele mo eju owogbe eja ke fele Abbey Oshuman wa fe ko wowolo nwo ke gbe ko ni be wo gbe mi epete yedan sile ke wo gbe epeta mi gbe ake Abbey Oshuman ni fa ni wolo ni le wolo ni ne ke join suite ne join suite ne use gbe ko mi ake Abbey si ke ame hospital na me twandencha denche ame twale Abbey Oshuman ni fa ni nye ko gba tun den change ko ba yeah ni fa ni den chane I feel like 2002. In fact, I feel like 2002. Okay, this indenture made on the first day of August in the year of our Lord 2002 between Ni Abbey Obukwashi, head and lawful representative of Abbey and Oshuwe families of Abbey Oshuman. Nyefane nyekwa. Ewo amelake maneno na mitaki ole Abbey je manko ewo nyefane nibi ni yo minjino nisane ameke amena judgment ko ni judgment wale na yesane ye wonuko nuko yehi lele na meka amena judgment year 2022 we ameja seche eba samami eke ni kojobu Abbey head of family and acting justice of Abbey family of Abbey, lawful representative of Abbey, house number BAB 144/16 Abbey. You find a better house number. She no use so. My name house number New York BFA OM Blema. A better house number ye beer 114/16. Ebemi yo about file motion. Make a place injunction, you know. Okay, you kwe anmegbe minji defendant. Lele emotion eke nado de akabi judgment ni eke yin e attach fin. Nifane kenye kwe fin ko yemi. Nifane wolo etile ne judgment e fin ko yemi. Ni motion e file 21st December 2021. Ni lele ame move motion e na grant wo request wo oppose ni a decline am motion e in fact ne ruling e dey 9th March 2022. In fact, the ruling 9th March 2022. 9th March 2022. Yo, in fact, I read ruling koni nyefenye na no ni te no e court. I'm a counselor move emotion. Ne gbena ni wo counselor le a move. You know, okay, counsel for the defendant opposes the application in terms of affidavit in opposition. The ambit of this application is so wide that it means nobody should interfere with the land. We have judgment. The chief applied to join that case, and he was refused. They didn't appeal against it, and eventually judgment was given after 5 years. If I put in a kind, she well lawyer can ni judge anake lele ne ame bana ji ame na he ama wo mi ame fe he noku judgment ba after 9 years because 9th March 2009 aha ruling ni aha judgment first one 20th June 2018. That means 9 years eho. Then second one need to ratify one 24th July 2020. Ewo ni fa ni ebale na kan ni jeje ha ruling ni fa ni ruling ni fa ni ma quote. Okay, I have perused the document exhibited by the parties to their affidavit, and it is not in doubt that the applicant is aware that the defendant has judgment over the disputed land. You find him the defendant there. The grant of this application will therefore serve as stay of execution of the judgment the defendant has already obtained, unless there are special circumstances. A court should not deny the victorious party the right to enjoy the fruit of the judgment obtained. I have not found any special circumstances in this case. I don't think that the grant of this injunction will be a fair exercise of my discretion. For that reason, the application is refused. Same is dismissed. Cost of 2,000 to be to the defendant respondent against the plaintiff applicant. In fact, ruling judgment ni ameke na do dia ka bi ke eyin no ejase che attach fe ni court ke la ke eyin mami injunction lele ni 2022 ahemi no 2023 ese be kun ni eba move motion conclude yes so to high court ni final ruling ba no 7th day of June 2024 before a leadership Justice Jane Harriet Akwele Kwe leun esama inyemi me enyo nilele nanu ni adjoin a woman third defendant. The one you find me kind of ruling mahanye by court. The court will lean back on the case of the Republic versus Court of Appeal as party Eastern Alloys 20728 Supreme Court Ghana Law Report per Atogubia, Justice of the Supreme Court, where it stated that a motion filed on its due date, even in the absence of a lawyer or applicant, as good as moved, this motion filed by plaintiff had been pending in this court for some time now. Counsel is aware that it has been adjourned to today, but he is absent. Therefore, the court deemed fit to be as good as moved. I will deal with the suit number E1 SHC/74/2023. The final suit number is Enyo. Second suit number E1 SHC/74/2023. No jinoni esama inyemi me enyo ni adjoin lele ni second one first one no esama mokoni wakashpon ehale achole Clement Owusu ewo suite a consolidate le ewo ruling ale difference Shanmale Fen Ekome, she different rulings. Well, Judge, I will first deal with the suit number E1 SHC/74/2023. As at this point, the duty of the court is to determine from the processes filed whether or not it is just and convenient to grant this application for injunction. Order 25 Rule 1 of CI 47. So the question that I need to answer will determine from all the processes is whether or not the plaintiff has legal equitable right in law which deserves protection by the court. The answer to this question from all the evidence before me is the negative. This is because SB 3 and 5 attached to the defendant's affidavit in opposition that the defendant has already been given judgment over the land in dispute. The plaintiff is aware of this judgment has not been set aside by any appellant court. Therefore, the grant of this application will serve as stay of execution as if has been retried in the earlier ruling from the courtroom of coordinate jurisdiction. A previous ruling the same thing. It seems rather the plaintiff is abusing the process of the court through forum shopping, since the plaintiff is seeking the same relief in this court for which he has already sued the defendant in Land Court 1. In the interest of the plaintiff, it is the interest of the plaintiff to elect which of the suit he may wish to pursue. The principle of Ms. Alibi's pendings. In the circumstances, the application is refused and same is dismissed. Cost of 15,000 cedis is awarded in favor of the defendant. In fact, Noji case 1. Concerning the suit number U1 SHC/46/2024, the defendant, Niji Clement Owusu, against the defendant that's in that suit against whom the plaintiff is seeking an injunction, interlocutory injunction, purchase his land from the third defendant. In fact, the third defendant there. In suit number E1 SHC/74/2023. Therefore, the third defendant is in the said suit is grantor. Since I have ruled refusing the injunction application brought against the grantor, the third defendant, in suit number E1 SHC/74/2023, then the present application for injunction brought against him automatically fails. Application is refused. Cost of 5,000 Ghana cedis is awarded in favor of the defendant against the plaintiff. Nifane in case ne 7th day of June 2024. Nitwanke enakwafi. Nifane ye shibami. Wejini wo hie ke wo judgments fin approve ake. Kame judgment there. Je wo no amena judgment there. Ne bindi wo. Don hani na me attach same kete court there. Court wa me chef wan ka me nya me ma injunction because wo hie judgment. E wo nyefane wo mane Oshuman acho bi ene gazette town ji bi wo ke awo manche bi ena gazette me money you in your gazette the woman ne lele wo ya same position wo be kweko wo ya same position be ma wo ke sempe ke alatachu woni lele wo na wo bo in court ne ya ne 2012 wo himiete ama che nation lata bi na me ba yo dase ni ame demonstration ko lele mane achole Oshuman ame ye wo shishi in fact ere o ke musunshan to ebole ke mambi ame ba gbele court tuwe na me na gbe me tlashe na me jofoe ame bowo yin ni twa kamentani akawo mane aya lele wo chi wo benke sempe biye wo ngbele na me ba damosin ake lele shi poncheme na me yo da se anwo wo ke na judgment e wo ke english ala tachuni ye biye sempe ji me ni wo ke tuoni wo sempe shishi ni fa ne ni radon
o